Everyone, Sarah here with my week 21 update following the ketogenic diet. Sorry it's late again. I've just been a bit crook with a cold and just hadn't got around to it basically. But actually a pretty good week for me this last week in that I kind of made my 7-day fast. I was attempting a 7-day fast from Tuesday to Tuesday or Monday evening to Monday evening last week, so that I mostly had just water and black hot drinks, so coffee and tea and that sort of thing, and felt really good on that, and it's not so bad, but mentally it was a little bit challenging in places when there was something new to try, and so I did have a few things that I shouldn't have had, so just on the Wednesday, I think I had, what did I have? I can't quite remember. But yeah, oh, that's right, I was making a cake, and that when I bake, I need to sort of test that it's tasting good and that sort of thing, before it's finished, and so, I tried a few, bits of the cake and the frosting, and, but I spat them out, sort of just tried to taste it and spit it out, and after doing that a couple of times I did check my blood sugar, and I still had really low, like in the threes, which I think's in the 60s for the other measure, blood sugar, and I still felt pretty good, so that I think that was successful, that strategy. But yeah, I was trying to do it without bone broth or anything, which I did, and then there was one night where my husband brought home some pig fat, and I was trying to render that, and the leftover bits from the pig fat are sort of like crackling, and they don't have things like pork rinds here in Tonga, so that was all a bit experimental, and I really wanted to try, and then I ended up having quite a few of those little bits. I think it was on the Thursday night or something. But yeah, mostly I was pretty good, and anything that I had would have only been a few hundred calories altogether over the course of a week. The actual not eating, yeah, that I was really proud of myself on a couple of occasions for sticking with it, which I mentioned my book club where we all sat around, like 6 or 7 people sitting around a dinner table eating a shared dinner, and I'm sitting there eating nothing. That's normally a sort of situation where I'd be embarrassed and just eat for the sake of it, even though I wouldn't have wanted it. But yeah, I just stuck with it and just sort of left it at that, and it wasn't too bad. I did feel like an idiot, but it wasn't too bad. Um, and yeah, so that I was pretty happy with that, and got offered some free food a few times, and yeah, just turned that down. And I think I had a lunch where they provided some sandwiches and stuff like that, and I just didn't have anything. Yeah, so all in all, pretty good. Um, that when I was breaking the fast, I was trying to plan to break it really slowly and sensibly and that sort of thing. But unfortunately, some friends came into town. They're Tongans, but they live in Tasmania, where I'm from, so that we'd met them in Tassie, and yeah, that they were here in Tonga and invited us to a pizza restaurant on the Monday evening. So that was kind of the time when I'm supposed to break my fast and going straight into pizza. And yeah, the way Tongans do it is if they invite you, they kind of just order all the food for everybody, and we all just share pizzas and stuff, so you won't get to choose anything from a menu or anything. And yeah, so I assessed that it would be okay. But then I thought, since that'll be breaking my fast, and the last time I broke a fast, I ended up with really bad stomach upset quite suddenly as well. Um, that yeah, I thought it probably wasn't the best idea to go straight into pizza toppings. And so I had some nuts at lunchtime, just to kind of wake up my insides a little bit and hopefully ease that transition a bit. So I think that was okay. So I finished about half a day earlier. So 6.5 days, I suppose, but I could have kept going. It was mainly just thinking that I didn't want to end up with really bad stomach upset out at a restaurant. Because yeah, last time I think my body was just in shock when I broke my fast, and it was like I had food poisoning or something. It was pretty nasty. Um, But yeah, I didn't have that this time, so that it must have worked. And I just finished that little bit earlier. But in terms of weight loss, it was pretty epic, I suppose, that I went from about 105 kilos down to 99.5 at my lowest point, and since finishing the fast a few days ago, I'm up to about 100.6 as of this morning. So yeah, I haven't put back too much, and I'm really close to that 100, which is a real milestone for me. Not just because it's a nice round number, but as I've mentioned before, the last time I remember weighing myself was sometime during high school, like the earliest time that I know I've been dieting since I was about 8 and stuff. But the time I remember actually stepping on the scales was sometime in a school uniform, and yeah, that was around 100, so that anything under that is unprecedented for me, especially as an adult. So that will be really exciting, and I certainly saw that number, and I'm keen to get down to it for reals pretty soon. So yeah, very excited about that. And really nice to see it on the scale, even if it was only short lived. And yeah, that's the other thing. I was quite proud that I felt like an idiot just eating the toppings off the pizza with all these other people. But yeah, I didn't cave and eat any of the base, and I just sort of went with it, and I told them that I was gluten intolerant something, and just didn't want to have an upset stomach. So that's a big step for me, because that's normally where I fall down. So yeah, a pretty good week. I felt really good with the fasting. I've been sick since before fasting. I was wondering if that would help it to go away, because I know they talk about fasting as being medicinal, like, or a approach to treat sickness back in the olden days and stuff like that. But it didn't seem to get any worse or any better, really. It just is what it is. That I've had this cold before in Tonga, where it just hangs around for a while. Um, so yeah, that's not too bad, and I also got my period during the fast, and that seems fine as well. Um, so yeah, managed to get through everything pretty normally, even though I hadn't eaten. And I don't know why it is, but I just felt like I was ready for it this time, and I was just gonna do it. And yeah, I wish I knew the formula, like, as to why this time I could really stick with it, and other times I can't, and I'm not quite sure still. But just this time I was just determined that I was gonna do it, and yeah, and it seemed reasonably easy to achieve. I mean, I'm not gonna go on too long, um, because yeah, obviously I'm not that well. Um, but I think that's pretty much it from me. I'd like to. I'm just a bit lazy at the moment because of being a bit unwell, and I'm about to go teach my learn to swim class and stuff, so I don't have a lot of time. But I'd like to. I'll do a weigh-in. I'll try and get back to the Saturdays and Sundays, I think, filming the videos, and I'll try and do a weigh-in, not a weigh-in, a measurements update on my next video, because I think they will have changed quite a bit, because I do feel like even though the scales, it's not that dramatic a shift, I feel like my shape's changing quite a bit, and the weight loss is a lot more noticeable, even though the scales, don't reflect it. Like, I'm feeling my collarbones poke out a little bit more, and my work uniform certainly feeling looser and stuff like that. So that will be interesting to see as well, because with fasting and everything, that you're supposed to have some sort of cell die off, the autophagy, and then the cells that come back are better and um, shiny and new, so that it might be changing the actual way my body is. And I've heard that your body heals over about the course of a year when you've had an unhealthy metabolism for a long time, and yeah, so that you can see some real changes in the way your body operates after about a year of doing something good for it. So that maybe I'm seeing some of those changes, and even though the weight might be the same, the shape might be different, and that kind of thing. So that's exciting to think. But yeah, so I'll do some measurements in my next video, and compare, and maybe even compare my starting photos to photos now, because I think there'll be a more noticeable difference, and hopefully even be down below 100 for that. And I've been able to, non-scale victory kind of thing, been able to dig out some clothes that I haven't worn in a long time, and that they fit now, and I'm feeling really good in them. So that's really exciting, I think. So all in all, pretty jazzed and feeling excited about next week and just having a sort of normal and quite strong keto week. And I'm hopefully going to get paid for the first time in a few months, and well, 2 months, and really looking forward to buying some of the ingredients that we can't normally afford, like cheese and cream, and like basically anything dairy, because there's no dairy here in Tonga, so everything's imported and really expensive. So that'll be exciting, and be able to cook some of those dishes like the twice baked cauliflower and stuff like that, which are a bit of a treat. And the other thing was, I might do a cooking demonstration video, my first one, of hollandaise sauce, which is a request from Body and Beta, Tony there at Body and Beta, and yeah, I thought about it, and there probably is some other ones, but something that I might be able to do on Saturday, because often if I'm going to have eggs Benedict or something, it'll be on a Saturday where you've got time to fiddle around and, have a nice leisurely breakfast. But I thought, why not, really? That I know a lot of people are scared of making hollandaise, and if you make it in the sort of foolproof way with the immersion blender, it's actually really simple, and I've been excited to discover how reliable this method is. So look out for that as well. But I hope you're having a great week, and thanks for your patience with me. Okay, bye.